told me that I had plenty of time to figure out what I wanted to do when I grew up. I was always fantasizing about my future. After high school, I was going to attend Washington State University because that's where my parents went. I would get a donut every Saturday for breakfast, and I would run every day after class because in my future, the weather in Pullman is fantastic. Then I would become an ophthalmologist, and after every eye surgery, I would play I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. After medical school, I would live in a 3-story house in the Seattle area with my gorgeous and rich husband, our 2 kids, and my French bulldog, who I would name T-Bone. I came up with this grand scheme in the 3rd grade. I would tell my parents about my future plans and they were thrilled, but they still reminded me that I could always change my mind. I had plenty of time. But why would I change my mind? My plan was perfect. I had everything mapped out from the college I would attend to the name of my dog. I was going to stick to my plan. But then I got to high school. I made new friends, was exposed to many activities that were not available to me when I made my plan in the 3rd grade. I gained more knowledge and skills to take advantage of the opportunities that came my way, and this led to a better discovering of who I am and who I wanted to be. I can assure you that who I want to be now is not who I wanted to be back in the 3rd grade. I also realized that my plan that I made was all about me. Throughout my 3 years of high school, my career pathway changed multiple times. I told my parents about my new plans, but instead of the usual response, "Well, you have plenty of time to decide," it became a new response. "Sandy, you need to figure this out. Graduation will be here before you know it." And this completely stressed me out. But then they also reminded me, just keep trying new things and you'll probably change your mind a few more times before you figure out who you are and what you want to do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Graduation is days away, and I'm proud to say I don't have my life figured out, and neither do many of my classmates. But I do know that we are pretty well equipped to take on whatever challenges come our way, at least better than we did when we graduated from the 3rd grade. I and my classmates have also realized that our plans need to include not only ourselves, but others as well. While we were shaped in the classroom, on the stage, and on the athletic field, for many of us, the most meaningful and enlightening parts of our high school came from giving back to others in countless different ways. I know that over the coming weeks, months, and years, most of us will change our minds a few more times before we figure out what we want to do with our lives. I know I guess that many of you here today are still planning on making changes in your lives. But I hope we are all finding our ways to give back to our communities while we continue our journeys. Someday I might be speaking to you at a parent-teacher conference. Someday you might be driving over a bridge my classmate designed. And someday you might see an ERHS 2015 grad on Jeopardy speaking to Alec Trebek. You won't see me operating on one of your eyeballs, but you might see a commercial I wrote, a webpage I designed, or a Hollywood blockbuster I produced. However, I can guarantee you that I and my classmates will be doing things like coaching, mentoring, and volunteering in our churches and communities. My classmates and I are going to do amazing things because high school has taught us that it's okay to try something different, challenge yourself, learn from your mistakes, and take advantage of new opportunities when they come along, and do what you're passionate about. We are better prepared to meet these challenges because of the awesome people in our lives, whether it be our family, our friends, our faith, or something else that we've drawn upon for inspiration during our high school years. These same pillars will guide us to the next phase of our lives. So, although our time in high school may be up, we still have plenty of time to figure out who we want to be. I encourage you to remember what has gotten you this far, and if we keep it up, we will do amazing things with our lives. Thank you.